Hello everyone, it's Nicole of NicoleTheLawyer.com, and I am here going live to talk about the breakdown of getting an ideal client. So I don't know about you guys, but when I started in business, I really had like no clue how to get clients. So at least coaching clients. So, most of you know that my first business was a therapy business. And to be honest, it was kind of really easy to get clients for me in my therapy practice. I basically just put up an ad on Psychology Today. I targeted clients who were I targeted people like with wording that I used, very stressed out women who hated their jobs. So the wording that I used was super, super specific. And I just kind of put up this post, and because it was a local business, and this is what always cracks me up, is people think that online businesses are easier, but I actually had like a lot of luck with my local business. Clients found me very quickly. People I knew in person trusted me and referred people to me, so it was really, really easy. But when I had added coaching into the mix, it was different. There's definitely more of a sales process, and there's a lot of follow-up and building a relationship that goes into getting someone to sign on with you, especially when your packages are higher priced. So I think it's kind of cool because, I think it's definitely one of those things that, people are always curious about, like, how do you get clients? What do you do when you have a business? How do you get clients? How do you build those relationships to get clients? And I wanted to break down, I have my client Asha, who's amazing. She's a health coach. And we've been working together for almost 2 years now. And she's such a hard worker, and she's a dream client for me because we work together really well. She's willing to get out of her comfort zone even when it's hard and do some of the tasks. Like, she's really committed to her business. She's committed to giving good services to her clients and helping people lead healthier lives. And she's committed to, even though I'm not gonna say it's always easy, from her or for me when we're doing these things, but she does them. She follows through. She's willing to experiment and try it out. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to give you a full breakdown of how I got her as a client, how we started working together, how she's worked with me, and how we've continued to work together almost 2 years now. And the thing about this that's really interesting is that, it's just, it's like one of those things. It's just building a relationship. And I want to tell you that that's really interesting because I know the reason I'm doing this is because I'm always like, how do people get clients? And, I'm also asking people still, like, how people get clients. I love hearing stories about the different ways people get clients. I love asking people about how they got a client or how they got a customer because it's very intriguing to me. I love the whole process. I think about how I've hired people and how they've, built a relationship with me to get me hired. And I know so many people kind of just want to put something out there and sell it, and they don't really want to build that relationship. And Asha and I really built a relationship before she signed on with me. It wasn't just after a sale. And I think that's really one of the good ways to get clients. So I thought it would be cool so that I could give you the full breakdown. So actually the way it all starts is a couple of years ago, I had quit my job. I was in my business full time. I had the therapy practice still, and then I had a coaching business based on stress management and helping people stress less. So what was really cool, and you're gonna see me looking to the side a little bit, so I apologize because I'm just looking to make sure that people aren't leaving me comments on here. If you guys have any questions at all, just leave them on the comment. But I'm actually looking because for some reason I don't always see them on the phone, so I'm actually looking on the computer as well just to check in. So basically a couple of years ago, my friend Kat, who's local, who I met through B School, invited me to go to a business event, a business conference sort of event by Fabian Fredrickson of the Client Attraction System, and now her business called Bold Heart. So it was basically, it's like a free training. So I thought, oh cool, let me check it out. It was local, it was in person. So she actually had to cancel, but I went anyways. And like, I don't love events or live events. I'm much better at them now, but in the beginning I didn't really like them. I didn't really love live events. I kind of am a little bit introverted and shy, so I'm not always comfortable going up to people. So I went to this event, I sat down, and it was a cool event, and it was really it was actually interesting just to see her events, because they're basically one big sales pitch, but she gives you a lot of good content. She gets you really worked up. It's a really interesting sales system, selling from the stage the way she does. So, you go around and you meet other people in the audience and that kind of thing. And at the time I wasn't even doing business coaching or anything like that. But I was definitely starting to be more intrigued with businesses. More people were asking me for business help. So it was definitely something that I was interested in doing. So basically, when I was sitting there, Asha, actually, she's really outgoing. She's really, really good about talking to people. And she just introduced herself to me. And we started talking, and she was a health coach. And, I was into stress management. Hey, Lindsay, thanks for joining. And we exchanged business cards, and I was really impressed with her, because she was going and she was doing corporate events, and she was still working her job, and she was doing the health coaching on the side. And I was really impressed with what a go-getter she was. She had gotten her health coaching degree and everything. And she was local in New Jersey, and I was looking to connect with more New Jersey business owners, because you just never know. And I was thinking at the time that I thought it would be really, really helpful also to, do workplace corporate type things as well. So we talked a couple minutes, exchanged cards, and that was it. I left the event. So the truth is, at that point in time, I knew that I needed to build better relationships. And I was like, this is a person that I could possibly refer to in the future. This is someone who maybe can refer stressed out people to me. She does the health. A lot of people who are dealing with health issues are stressed out, that kind of thing. So I basically followed up with her and was like, hey, it was really great to meet you. Emailed her. Let's connect. Do you want to hop on a call and talk more and learn about, how we can help each other? So we got on the call. We talked. I remember, because she was commuting from New York to New Jersey at the time. I think she was on the train. I had given her the link to my schedule to book in. I do that for connection calls. I give them links to my schedules. Otherwise, it could be really one of those things where we go back and forth a million times. So, I made it very easy for her to set up a call with me. And I would have been happy to use her scheduler too. She had one at the time. So we got on a call, and I remember she was very I'm not, looking for a coach. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Because to be honest, I wasn't trying to pitch myself to her. I was just looking to build the relationship. I didn't really think she necessarily needed me at the time. You know what I mean? So I was just let's see how we can help each other. What else could we share with each other? That kind of thing. So we had a brief call. It was great. She's, friendly, but she had obviously been pitched to a lot before. So, didn't even think twice about it. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't even doing business at the time. I think this was in March. I want to say this was a March or April event. I remember it was really, really cold, and I had just been back. I think I'd just gotten back from Costa Rica, where I'd spent a month there after I'd left my job full time. So what ended up happening was that I had launched my Facebook group, this Facebook group, Successful Lifestyle Circle. So I invited her in to join it, to get to know me better, to get to know other women entrepreneurs better. We're all working towards the same goals here of growing our businesses, having a bigger impact, that whole thing. So then she got into that group. And I think we just stayed in contact, honestly. I probably checked in with her again. And then a couple months later, I had ended up doing 50 calls that month, free calls, free coaching calls. I didn't do one with her. And it was pretty clear to me that I needed to launch a mastermind, my first mastermind. And I knew that I needed to be able to give people more affordable coaching, but still give them that personalized coaching, not courses, but actual action steps and support to reach their goals. Because I'd just done so many calls. Some people had signed on for one-to-one packages with me, but I still had all these people, and I was like, how can I give them something more affordable? How can I give them something that's still a high level of personalized coaching support, problem solving, getting them closer to their goals, getting them action taking, but how can I do it, in a place, in a setting that's going to be helpful? How can I do it, in a way that's going to be helpful? So I created a mastermind. And I'm actually filling my third mastermind now. So if you're interested, get on the list for more information and some early bird savings at NicoleLeloyes.com/MM waitlist. And I was reaching out to people I knew who I thought would be a good fit. And I thought about Asha, and I thought about how she was a go-getter and she was putting herself out there. So I just reached out to her and invited her to join. I think via email. I might have set up a brief call with her again, or I invited her to join via email. Wasn't a hard sell. I told her about it. I told her I thought it would be helpful. Like I said, you know, she saw the value in it. She knew that it was going to be great support for a good price, not overpriced support. She knew it was going to be helpful because, you know, a lot of coaches, a lot of us business owners, we start out, we're good at what we do. We're good at helping people, you know, with health, with wellness, with, you know, our psychic abilities, with our intuition, with our design skills or our writing. And then what happens is that a lot of times though, we're not good with the business piece of things. We're not good with that structure. We're not good with selling. We don't know how to be consistent. And as you can see, like I just was consistent with Asha. I built a relationship with her, and then I asked her to join. And I remember like, she was like, okay, let me think about it. And then I probably sent her the link and she joins. So she joined my first mastermind, which was a 6-month program. And she was awesome, and she is awesome. And, you know, she was a good participant. She asked questions, she gets support, she follows through on things. And, you know, we had a great 6 months together. So, and I loved the mastermind format. I loved it so much because it helped me work with a big group of women. It helped them get support and you know, support each other and grow their businesses. So then when I launched my next mastermind, which was like a couple months later, I think it was really like happening like 2 months after the last one, I asked her to join again, and she did. And that one was actually an up level because my first mastermind was group sessions only. This one had a 1-to-1 session as well. So she up leveled to that. So that was a 9-month program. So, you know, we were already together a year and a half at that point in time. And actually during the second mastermind, she left her job and she's in her business full time now. And she's really doing amazing. She actually she was at an event today and she booked 12 consults. And she's always ready to ask for advice. She's always ready to follow through on things. And like, you know, like I said, even when it's scary, even when it feels hard, she's willing to build those relationships and get clients. And let me tell you, she's amazing on consults. She books clients very easily. And she gives them a lot of great help. They're really grateful for her health advice and coaching. And she's just amazing. So, you know, we did 2 masterminds together. And then at the end of the second one, I decided I had planned it so that I could take a break in between my next mastermind, my third one, which is coming out now, and the last one. So she actually up-leveled to a 1-to-1 package with me, and I really enjoy it because I love the 1-to-1 work with her. I love how she really takes advantage of the email support. She takes advantage of asking me for feedback on whatever she's doing and asking me for help. And strategy and moving forward. And she does it. She follows through even on things that are hard. She just goes and she gets them done. And as a result, her business is really, really growing quickly. She's signing on clients for great coaching packages. She's creating new services. She's getting seen. She's doing this big health fair in New York this weekend. So I really think you can see like this breakdown of getting a client. And it's really about building a relationship, outreaching to them, not like just waiting for people to come to you. I can't tell you how many people are like, well, I go to networking events and nobody reaches out to me. Okay, well then you reach out to them and you follow up with them. You know, she's following up with people. She's seen how it's worked. I followed up with her. You know, I could have just waited for her to do something with my business card, but I was like, hey, she seems really awesome. Let me chat with her. You know, it's that follow-up process. It's that nurturing. Like I even have to, you know, I remind everybody it takes multiple times to talk before someone sometimes purchases from you. We talked a couple times. She was in the Facebook group learning from me, getting to know me better. So I think it's really important to just see that, you know, it isn't a one-hit thing. If somebody says no at first, like I said, I didn't really offer her coaching, but she let me know she wasn't interested when I first talked to her. And that was fine. But I still stayed in touch with her. And now she's, you know, she signed on with me and she's been a dream client, you know. And you know, once again, if you guys are interested in the mastermind, please get on the wait list at NicoleLaloy.com/MM waitlist so we could set up a call about it. But I think it's definitely really, really important to just remember, like, you have to have that consistency with people. You have to be willing to ask them to work with you. You know, she wouldn't have just come to me and said, like, I need your services. I had to invite her. I had to ask for the sale. And I think so many women are just kind of sitting around, waiting for people, their dream clients, to come to them and ask, say, how can I work with you? Let me write a check out to you. And it kind of doesn't work that way. You have to be willing to potentially hear a no. You have to put yourself up for the possibility of rejection, and you have to absolutely, like, invite yourself to work with that person. Invite them to work with you, invite them to pay you. So I think that's definitely just something to keep in mind. It's something that is, you know, important to remember. And I think it's absolutely, yes, Jessica's on and she's saying it's a good reminder that we can keep saying and touching on things again and again. They don't all see it every time, right? Like, she wouldn't have seen it. She didn't see that I was doing free calls. Like, I had to reach out to her. I had to say, hey, I'm doing this mastermind. Maybe she thought it wasn't the right fit, but once I reached out to her and said, hey, would you like to be a part of this? I'd like you to be a part of this. You know, people feel good. It makes them feel good, you know? I know that one of the coaches that I signed on with, it was because she reached out to me a couple of times. She followed up with me. She built a relationship with me. A lot of coaches have not followed up with me. A lot of service providers that I've reached out to for other business services have not done any follow-up with me. And it sucks because they're losing out on thousands of dollars of my business, all because they never checked in with me again. You know, and it's like, I really care about people. I want to check in with you. Sometimes I'm not going to always check in either. I want to definitely feel like you guys want me to check in. But, you know, I'm here for you. I'm not always trying to sell you something. I want to hear about what you're up to. I want to support you in your businesses. But you have to put yourself out there, and you have to ask, and you have to be consistent and build that relationship over time. You know, it was definitely like I would say a 3 to 4 month period where from when we had met to when she started working with me the first time. So it was a 3 to 4 month period of her being able to get familiar with me, see me leading people, see my switch in businesses. And it was really just a good opportunity. So I think how can people who aren't ready to sign on with you yet, how can you build up a relationship and how can you serve them better? And maybe some of you saw my email to my list yesterday about just being consistent with emailing. Like, this is super, super important. It's like, for us, it feels like a lot, but people aren't seeing all of it. So people aren't seeing all of it. People aren't reading all of it. So you have to really make sure that you're getting in front of them enough time so that they can really benefit from you and they can know, like, and trust you. So I think that's just something to think about and think about more, is what can you do to build up that relationship with a potential client, and how can it come from a natural place of I want to help you and not I want to sell you. Oh, thank you, Jessica. She says she spoke to me several times. She doesn't feel sold to, and she gets great takeaways. And you know, that's just really what I want. I want to help people. I want women to feel more confident in their businesses. I want them to feel more comfortable selling. I want them to make money, you know, being leaders and doing what they want, and not having to be stuck in a 9 to 5 being miserable like I used to be, making almost no money. So I think that's really, really, really important to think about, is, you know, how can you put yourself in places where your potential clients are, and how can you build a long-term relationship with them? I think some of us, you know, we don't buy things instantly. I don't buy things instantly, you know, and I think that when you are talking about coaching and where it's not just a course, and a course like you kind of hide and say you're going to do it and not necessarily do it, it really is that more of that long-term relationship, and that, like, you know, I want to work with you. I want to help you consistently. I think it really, really is very, very important to have that long-term, you know, benefit. And my clients know, even after we end together, you know, sometimes they end and they come back, you know, they know that I'm still going to support them. I'm not going to drop them just because they're not paying me anymore. You know, this is about making sure that you guys are supported in what you need and how I can help you over the long term. So I just wanted to jump on and tell you guys the story and show you how really someone who I never would have thought would have been a client became a dream client. And it's just because I built a relationship for them, and built a relationship with them and stayed with them through the long term. So, hey Gail, so great to see you on here. So I think that's really just thinking about it. So I think about, you know, who have you not followed up with? Who can you set the intention to just check in with from a genuine place, and let's say, like, hey, this is what I'm up to, if it would be any help with you. Oh, thank you, Jessica. So many courses sell a Facebook group as an add-on. And, you know, in my mastermind, we have the Facebook group, and, you know, it can be as active as you guys want it. I'm here to answer your questions. I can be in there pretty much every day. So, you know, speaking of the mastermind, which this is what I mean. I'm not even good at selling myself because I keep forgetting to talk about it. But my mastermind is starting up soon. We're starting in a few weeks in March, but people are signing up now. So get on the wait list for a big savings and also a bonus, a special bonus. At NicoleDeloya.com/MM waitlist. If you guys have any questions about it, send me an email to support@NicoleDeloya.com, or, you know, come into the Facebook group, Successful Lifestyle Circle, and tag me. I'd love to have more of you join it. Some amazing women are signed up and ready to go, and they're going to be really, you know, blowing up their businesses this year and making more money. And I'd love to see some of you guys in it. And, you know, you can ask Asha what it's like to work with me. She may tell you I'm tough. I am tough, but only because I know that she can do it. I know you guys can do it. I know that you have what it takes. And it's just, you know, sometimes you need that push out of your comfort zone a little bit more, and some of that structure and strategy that we don't see for our own business. I don't even always see it for my own business. You know, that's why I'm always working with someone to improve my skills, to improve my business skills, is because, like, I can't see what I need to do. Sometimes I need someone to see it from the outside and to say, like, don't take it personal, don't do this, you know, like, just keep going, keep moving forward. And I think that when we're trying to do this on our own, a lot of times we stop ourselves. So a mastermind is an amazing way to get that support and coaching. This is group coaching too. This isn't just like, hey, do whatever you want, you know. Like, this is, you know, you getting support and strategy from me in a group setting with other amazing business owners. And it's 6 months, so it is a good time to give you traction and long-term support, and to work on some of the kinks in your business, which we all have. So there will be regular calls. There will be weekly accountability, because I really am about accountability. That's what keeps you guys going. That's what really takes you to the next level in your business. You know, it's so, so important to otherwise we could just kind of fall off the face of the earth. You know, our business could fall off the face of the earth with us, but it's so, so really important to make sure that you guys are being consistent and you're getting the support and strategy you need. And if something's not working, to really look at it with another person and say, you know, am I blocking myself, or is this something that, like, is really not a good fit for me? And I know that sometimes we have to work through that. We have to be willing to try things that we even think aren't a good fit, so we could get past those fears and blocks to get to the next level. And honestly, I can really not, I think I was definitely working at a coach at the time that I launched that program with Asha, but, you know, it really was someone helping me say, put yourself out there more, talk to more people, follow up with more people. And I'd seen how that had worked with me, so I was able to build that relationship from that, you know, natural place and natural long-term place. And, you know, we don't want to be in a place with our business where we're constantly pushing for sales, because that feels kind of crappy for us. But we want to be in a place where we have that long-term strategy and we know that what we're doing brings sales in over time. So if you guys have any questions about this or any questions about the mastermind, go to NicoleDeloya.com/MM waitlist and get on the list, and I'll be in touch with you. Or just send me an email at support@NicoleDeloya.com, or find me on Facebook, and I'm here for you. I will talk to you guys soon, and thanks for joining. Bye.